Browns are up. They got the lowest win total for Cynthia, and over under 5.5 here for Cleveland. So the teams that we'll talk about the Titans in a minute, but the Titans, Browns, and Jets are all the three AFC teams that are sitting at 5.5. Of course, they all picked in the top 10. How do you even project the Browns? We don't know who's going to be the starting quarterback. There's so much drama between Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders and who's taking the reps. I mean, my biggest story, I can't wait to see who gets the first reps between those guys. I'm not saying starting reps. I mean, like first preseason reps between the two. Kenny Pickett first, and then who comes in first? Dylan Gabriel or Shedeur Sanders? Do they flip it the next week? What does it mean? That's the biggest story here for the Browns.
Can you imagine what a pain in the ass it's going to be for Stefanski having to answer like every one of those questions for the next however long that lasts? I mean, it's already like somebody was asking him that, obviously, like first day of mini camp or whatever. He's like, yeah, don't read. Like, it's irrelevant. We're just like, there's no logic to it right now. We're just handing out reps. Like, don't read anything into it. And they're like, yeah, but how do you decide that? He's like, just don't stop now. We're not doing
Poor
this.
coaches, man, because we get these reports all the time, like so-and-so's taking first team reps. You know what that conversation is? Hey, this fourth stringer, I'd love to see what he would do with the first string, with the number one team. I'm not even talking quarterback. I'm talking every position. Hey, this guard that's probably not going to start for us. What if we threw him in with the ones and just see how he does? Let's see how he does against better competition, against the other ones this week. And it all gets reported. So you can't even make like simple substitutions at practice without it being a big deal.
For stuff like rookie mini camps, it can be like we're just throwing 5, hook route warm-ups, go, and then they're not even like nobody's even dictating what the line is. It's just whoever got to the front of the queue, like whoever ran over there the quickest is the first rep.
Anyway, 5.5 here for the Browns, for a team that I think process-wise did some nice things. Let's not forget, just 2 years ago they were making a playoff run with Joe Flacco, so it's not completely dire. They're another one that I thought needed to regress negatively. Like their defense was going to regress last year, and they did. But maybe that reverts back as well because there still is some talent in the secondary. That's another team. Like when it's a low at 5.5, it's not completely devoid of talent in Cleveland.
No, they're not. Like this is still, I think, a roster that's not in terrible shape. It's just that the most important position is complete chaos. Like right now, there is a 4-way quarterback battle between Kenny Pickett, Dylan Gabriel, Shedeur Sanders, and then old man Flacco somehow still there as a part of this whole thing. And no, I don't think anyone has any idea what that's going to look like. Like what? I mean, I think theoretically, the thing that gives them the most time, like the most breathing space to get to next year is some combination of the rookies. But I mean, I don't even understand why they traded for Kenny Pickett in the first place. But that's an investment that they've made in him. And then Joe Flacco, I mean, if he's playing football this year, I think things have gone badly. So I don't know. Like I don't think it's a terrible roster. And I think it's a roster that's more than good enough to win, to exceed that number. But it might not matter if the quarterback situation is as bad as it looks.
They start the season, the Browns, with 4 teams projected to be right in that 10-plus win mark. They start home against the Bengals. They're at Baltimore, home against the Packers, at Detroit, and then home against Minnesota. And I know Minnesota's over-under was down at 8.5, but we discussed, hey, this is a really good roster with the unknown at quarterback. That's why, but they're still coming off 14 wins. So those first 5 weeks, plus at Pittsburgh week 6, tough start here for the Browns. And that's going to coincide with, do they want Flacco as a bridge quarterback, as the veteran to show you how to do it? Is Pickett that guy? I don't even know what their thought process is going to be with Flacco and Pickett both on the roster right now.
Yeah, not just a tough start though, but again, in this world of only the worst 3 and the best 3 schedules matter, the Browns have the second hardest schedule in football this year. Only the Giants have a tougher schedule in terms of projected win total strength of schedule. So it's an awful schedule for Cleveland, which is part of the reason I think why the win total is where it is.
Yeah, I think with the uncertainty at quarterback, the schedule, and the fact, like I'm trying to say, like the roster's not a bottom 3 roster in the NFL, but a couple of years ago we were talking about it being top 5 non-QB roster. And so it's somewhere in between there. I think it's closer to the bottom than it is the top now because of the turnover with no draft picks and with no money. So that's why the total.
I mean, there's just like there's no no team in the NFL with more wild question marks. Like you bring in Deontay Johnson, who theoretically, Deontay Johnson's a really good number 2 wide receiver. He is, however, on his third or fourth team in like 12 months. Like you can't even rely on him being on the team in week 1, and yet he could be, a really high end number 2 for them.
All right, Browns 5.5. Where are you going to go with this one?
I want to go over, but there's a reason why it's there. Like it's a terrible schedule and they have no quarterback really. So
you talked me into under.
Yeah, let's go under.
Under for the Browns. Unless Dylan Gabriel comes in and balls out.
Thanks for watching all the way to the end of our video.
For more great content, click here to subscribe and here to watch another video. We'll see you again soon.